of Gospel Life News. I am so happy today for listening. Best known to all sport lovers, and then this is me saying, if you follow our reaction episodes day in, day out, you'll be so sure that by now I love Lionel Andre Kuditini Messi so much. Anyways, we're going to begin with that one. By the way, before we go straight to the news, we want to say big thank you to our fans for doing what you do. We love you guys, and then we appreciate you guys a whole lot. Because of all of these, we have made major updates for you guys, and now you can stream us live on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. All you have to do is pick up a channel that is convenient and comfortable for you and go there to stream us live. Let's go straight to the news because it's a long news, and let's see what we have for you guys on the news. Beginning to this news, we'll begin with his how do I call his name now? The man, the moment, the myth, the man who has done it all, accomplished football, won everything in the history of football. Talking about Lionel Andre Kuditini Messi. We saw where he picked up his 8th Ballon d'Or yesterday at France. That is the most prestigious individual award in the sporting world, and then Messi has gotten it for the 8th time, and amazing one, the highest in the history of football. When it was 7, it was the highest, but now 8 is like crowning it up and saying, you know what, I'm leaving it footmark in the sand of time for football. Congrats to Messi for that major achievement, arguably the greatest footballer ever to play the sport. Moving on, we'll go straight to Davido, another guy I love so much. We saw for the Billboard today's Tuesday, and it means the Billboard is going to be coming out with more names and all of that. So for the Billboard World Digital Song Sales, Chris Brown's Sensational with Davido and Lojay made a debut at number 2 on this week's Billboard World Digital Song Sales chart, and that is Davido 18th top 10 career hits on the charts. Moving on, we saw Sensational, that's a Chris Brown song with Davido and Lojay made a debut at 24 on this World Billboard Lyric Finders. I think for the Billboard here, they have like a lot of categories. They have the 100, the under 100, the bubbling 100. They have the lyrics finds. They have the Afrobeats chart. They have the gospel. They have the rhythmic. They have the a whole lot under the Billboard category. This one is called the Billboard Lyric Find, and Davido, Sensational Chris Brown song with Lojay and Davido made a debut at number 24. Chris Brown's Sensational with Davido and Lojay debut at number 5 on this week Billboard R&B Digital Song Sales chart as number 5, an amazing one for this guys. And also Sensational with Davido and Lojay made a debut at number 14 on this week Billboard Hot R&B Song Charts. Also Sensational on Davido and Lojay made a debut at number 18 on the Billboard Bubbling Under 100 charts for this week. And moving on from that, Sensational is now unavailable. Unavailable Musa Keys is the song with the most increases this week on the US overall radio chart with 2.3 million plus impressions. An amazing one for Davido, and then we say congratulations for that major feat. Moving on, we saw Davido Unavailable Musa Keys re-enters the US overall radio chart at a new peak of 145 with about 3.1 million audience reach in 2 formats. An amazing one for this song. Apparently, the team has moved on from Unavailable, but then the song is still doing good numbers even after they've moved on. Davido just surpassed 179 million streams on Pandora Music, and at the same time, we saw Davido marks another entry on Pandora Top Spin chart with his highest peak with Sensational. He is the first African artist to chart a song on the chart with Shopping Spree, and that in 2020. And then on the chart, it's peaked at number 93. He is now the only African artist to make an entry in 2 decades. Moving on, we saw Chris Brown Sensational with Davido and Lojay debut at 66 on Pandora Top Spin, and obviously became the most streamed song. Moving on, we have Rema as the next guy on the news. This guy obviously is the next big deal, if not the big deal as we speak. Now we saw for the Malaysia iTunes song chart, the Ravage EP debut made. We saw most of the songs there doing good numbers in Malaysia iTunes. D&D currently sits at 89. We have Red Portion at 88, and then we have Troublemaker as number 90. Then we saw the Rema Ravage EP debut 2 countries, Afro Music album chart, and then we have a Macau 50, and then Dominican Republic, the album or the EP, sit at number 181. So far, it has gotten about 98 chart entries
So Far, the Ravage EP. Moving on, we saw Don't Leave, the song off the EP have just surpassed 1 million streams on Spotify. And then yesterday, history was made when Rema Divine went there to become the first African artist to perform at the Ballon d'Or. That's the biggest individual award ceremony ever in the history of football. And then Rema became the first African artist to go there to perform, to give them a performance. At the point, I think it's about 2020, we saw, or no, 2010 thereabouts, 2015 thereabouts, we saw where Black Shank, one of the biggest guy at the time, the guy who sang, the thing goes, skriri, pa, 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 pa. Actually, when he went there, and obviously, it thrilled all the audience and everything. It was an amazing one to see. But then, fast forward to this year, Rema went there and obviously blew all their mind. Rema is the next conversation, and he did it. Obviously, we know that the chart has been in his favor in France. Rema has good numbers in France, I have a lot of platinum in France, but then he has gone there to also show them that, okay, all visitors, likes of Messi, likes of Alain, the likes of Mbappe, who came through for an award and all of that, Vinicius Junior, Jude Bellingham, Victor Osimhen, and all the great players who were actually around to show that, you know what, I can also become the next big guys you guys should listen to on the playlist. Moving on, we saw Rema coming out to say, Afrobeats in Ballon d'Or, I'm truly grateful for the opportunity. Glory to the Most High for the grace, an amazing one. This came after Ballon d'Or themselves announced that Rema took the center stage of the Ballon d'Or. Moving on, we saw Rema while performing, he stole the crowd attention when he went into the crowd to have handshake with great players, the likes of Lionel Messi, the likes of Alain, the likes of Bernardo Silva. Talk about them. Mbappe, he went there and then shook hands with all of these guys. Trust me, if I was in the shoes, I most likely would do the same thing he just did. Shaking hands with greatness is something we all look forward to at a point or two in our life. Moving on, we saw the Afrobeats is actually going stronger, and then at the point for the biggest football tournament in the world, talking about the World Cup, DAVIDO went there for a performance, and then we saw for the biggest football in Europe football, talking about the UEFA Champions League final, Burna Boy went there and performed, and now at the Ballon d'Or ceremony, Rema is there to perform. Now, this just shows that Afrobeat is the next big conversation because we are getting recognized in this big sporting tournament. At the point, it used to be Shakira and all of that, but then as big as the final, they want to have Afrobeat stars. And record for the World Cup, even before the final, we had likes of Cristiano was there to thrill the audiences and all of that. So they all want to reason with Afrobeat as we speak. Moving on, also for the fourth day of release, Rema Ravage EP is currently in 84 countries on Apple Music charts. Now, for top 1 to 9, it sits in about, okay, for top 1, it sits in 9 countries. And for top 5, the EP sits in about 22 countries. For top 10, the EP sits in 30 countries. For top 20, the EP sits at 45 countries. Top 50, 62 countries. Top 100, 80 countries. And then top 200, 84 countries. Moving on, we saw Rema Champ growing strongly in numbers because now that project just surpassed 70 million streams on Spotify. That is an amazing project. I mean, an amazing song from Rema, which have just surpassed 70 million streams on Spotify. And then talking about the top 10 Spotify and Apple Music for the Ravage EP, we saw number 1, we have Rema DND displacing Odumodu as number 1. Odumodu is back number 2. Then we have Troublemaker from Rema number 3, Smooth Criminal from Rema number 4, Mayokun Loki 5, Rema Don't Leave 6, Burna Boy City Boy 7, Rema Red Portion 8, and Rema occupies top 1 to 8 on the top 10 Spotify and Apple Music charts. Moving on, we have WIZKID as the next guy on the news. We saw today WIZKID, One Dance with Drake, have just been certified 11 platinum in the USA for making sales of over 11 million units. So far, WIZKID in US, WIZKID has done about, for Brown Skin Girl, got a gold. For Made in Lagos album, got a gold. For Essence, got 3 platinum. For Call Me Everyday, gold. For Come Closer, 1 platinum. Then for One Dance, 11 platinum. So far, WIZKID have made over 16.5 million units in this in US. Amazing one for WIZKID. It just shows that for this certification, WIZKID is the biggest Afrobeat artist in the US. Charlie Poppy just surpassed 40 million Apple Music Apple Music Play, and that's a big one for Charlie Poppy, surpassing 40 million in Apple Music. It's a big deal, And then we say congratulations to Charlie for that word. On the 10th day of November, history will be made in Afrobeats because we're going to witness another set of history makers. We're looking forward to the Grammy releasing the nomination list for the 2024 awards on the 10th day of November. And obviously, all your faves have submitted their songs. DAVIDO have submitted songs. Olamide, Rema, Burna Boy, they all have submitted songs. Manuel's, all of these guys have done well to submit their songs. But then it's not like the Grammy to say, we are going to pick this song over this song and that song over this song. Let us wait and see what the nominations will look like. My name is Daki. I'll catch you guys on the very, very next one. Stay safe, guys, and enjoy yourself at work.